Hey, hey, let's talk about free will, okay? We like it, we have it, everyone has it, whether you give it enough credit or not. You have free will. God gave us that, and the infinite universe gave us that. Nothing at all gave us free will. We have it. No matter what you believe in, you have free will. You have the ability to control yourself, to control your mind. Maybe not the very first thought, okay? But you got free will to choose the second thought. Okay, we're going to prove that we have free will in kind of in a dark way, okay? I know 100% for a fact that we have free will and that our free will is stronger than any other desire or natural instinct that we have. 100%. It's stronger. Do you want me to prove it to you? Because there is a thing called suicide. And I'm sorry if it touches on a real hard spot. But that thing exists. That thing is real. And it happens in the world because of your free will. You can will yourself to override your strongest natural instinct of human survival. You can override it with your own free will. Okay? Even children can override the strongest natural instinct with their free will. It happens. Okay. Now that we've established I'm 100% right, free will, it's real strong, right? Okay. Let's get rid of that now. So why don't you tell me why you don't have the free will or you don't have the ability to stop smoking, to stop your drug addiction, to stop an anger issue? Why you can't stop your habits, your addictions. You can't control your thoughts. Tell me why. I don't buy it. It's a habit. And it's hard to control your habit. It's hard to change your habits. But you have free will that is the strongest thing ever. Your brain has infinite possibilities. Your brain can produce infinite thoughts. It can produce infinite technology. We can fly around the world. We can fly to the moon. That's what human brains do. You don't tell me that your human brain, that your free will can't stop smoking. That your human brain can't stop yelling at your kids. Don't you tell me that. I know better. I am not perfect at all, by any means. Sometimes my free will says, eat that ice cream. And I eat a lot of ice cream. It's pretty obvious. Sometimes my free will says, say that super not nice thing to your husband, to your kids. Think that super not nice thought about your ex-husband and stuff it down. Let it eat at you. That's what my free will says. I'm not saying anybody's perfect. I'm not saying it's easy. But you don't tell me you can't. You can. If we can will ourselves off of this earth, you can will yourself to do anything. Put your mind to it. Take tiny steps. Tiny, I mean tiny. Tiny steps. Take tiny steps. You want to quit smoking? Write down how many cigarettes you had each day and at what time you smoked. Keep a log, because then it's measurable. I'm not saying to stop right now. I'm saying make it measurable right now. You can do that. You can do that. You want to stop having angry thoughts all the time? Then for a week, a whole week, I'm not saying have any self-control. I'm not saying have any free will of your own. I'm not saying anything. For 1 week, write down, I had an angry outburst today. You can or don't have to write down what it was about. You can or don't have to write down what time it happened. Write down, you could even just put a sticky note on your car windshield and make a little tick mark each time you had an angry outburst, or each time you had a self-destructive thought, or each time you wanted to, whatever you're doing, eat a brownie when your goal is to lose 10 pounds. Just record it. Record how many thoughts throughout the day you're having about this thing. And then you can measure it. And I'm not saying today, and I'm not saying tomorrow, and I'm not saying maybe even next week. But eventually, you're going to get really fed up with all these little tick marks of how many times you have not exercised your own free will. And then maybe 1 week, you'll catch it in your brain right before it happens. Right before you get angry. Right before you have that little click in your brain that says, I need a cigarette. Right before you want to yell at your kid. And you catch it because you've been measuring it, because you've been writing it down and you've been putting these little tick marks. And your sticky note's really filling up. And then you put a star on your sticky note. Right in the middle of all of these negative little tick marks, you put a freaking star on it and say, I caught it. I caught one. It's been 3 weeks and I caught one. And then you catch 2. It's amazing. That's how you do this. Baby steps. That's all. Baby steps. Catch 2. Catch 2 in 1 day. Recognize what the problem is. Recognize where your free will is in being able to catch it and being able to recognize it first. And then measure it actively. Think about it, measure it, use your free will to measure something. And when it's measurable and it's written down, it's powerful. You can now use your free will and look at it logically with your brain. And you can use powerful, logical free will to start to turn that dial just a little bit. And that's all you need. Just a little bit. Just 1 click every day. 1 click every day is going to turn that dial all the way around. You can do it. You have to do it. Well, you don't have to. I mean, I can't tell you what to do. Like, you don't have to do it. Lots of people die smoking. Lots of people die angry. You don't have to. But if you want it, if it's going to bring peace in your life, if it's going to bring peace to everyone else's life around you, that's why you do it. That's why you do it. You choosing not to take those steps is the most selfish thing that you can do to everyone else in your life. You think that yelling at your kids makes you a horrible mom? It doesn't. But what I would argue is a worse thing to do to your kids is to not pay attention to yourself and not measure it. Not take the time to fix your heart, to bring peace to those around you. And peace to yourself. Because you deserve it. I know other people are a much greater desire to help fix. So fix yourself to bring them peace. But you still deserve it. Even if it's just for you. I love you so much. Have a great day.
Hey, you made it to the end. Be sure and click on the next video to keep the party going. And don't forget to subscribe.